as you all may know, Xbox is getting out of the business of exclusives. There's tons of stuff that is going to very soon be coming to PlayStation. A lot still has to be announced, but there's rumors swirling everywhere, and some of this stuff's even confirmed. Forza Horizon 5 is coming to PS5 this spring, and this is being confirmed. It says this port is being handled by Panic Button in partnership with Playground Games. Turn 10 Studios will contain all the content available in the Xbox and PC versions of the game. According to the blog posts and the official Forza website, Forza Horizon 5 will have all the previously released car packs available for purchase, as well as two expansions, Hot Wheels and Rally Adventure. This is really not surprising if you've been keeping up with the news about things. One other rumor is that Halo and Gears of War Master Chief Collection, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, maybe the first entry. They're even talking about the new Gears of War E-Day kind of remake or whatever is supposed to launch on PS5. And even as let's see, even Rhino on X is reporting that Starfield and Killer Instinct are also being rumored to come to PlayStation. I think Xbox is gearing up to just launch like probably 90+% of their exclusive IPs to PlayStation and Switch 2, probably anywhere that they can get them out there. Their whole narrative has changed entirely, where they're talking about putting Xbox everywhere on any screen. That's their goal anyway. Now, as far as hardware, they still are championing like building hardware. They're building the Next box and a handheld. And Phil Spencer was in an article, or not an article. He was on the Gamertag Radio podcast. Excuse me, I can't talk. Gamertag Radio podcast recently that I covered in a previous video, which they're celebrating their 20th year, which is crazy. But Phil Spencer was in that podcast saying that, even though they're getting away from exclusives, they're still making hardware and they're still going to make hardware, and they want you to buy their hardware based on its capabilities. So I did cover that in a previous video, but this video is going to talk about all these different titles that are rumored to go to PlayStation and other, maybe PC, as well as maybe even Switch 2. Switch 2 is going to be a really interesting one. I'm not going to be surprised if we start to see different, ports of Xbox titles, all their biggest ones. You know, I'm not ready to buy into the idea that there won't be some exclusives. I mean, Xbox literally just spent, what, 79 billion to acquire Blizzard Activision. Now, part of that deal was to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation and other platforms for, like 10 years. So, obviously Call of Duty's not going Xbox exclusive. And with them moving forward now, I don't even know if it ever will go exclusive. Their whole business model has changed. And I think it's large in part to do with that acquisition, right? Like they bought Bethesda for, what was it, like 7 or 8 billion 4 or 5 years ago, and then they bought Blizzard Activision for, that was the biggest one ever, and that was, and they just, Game Pass, according to recent reports, has made them money while their hardware sales are down like 29% for Xbox, but the hardware decline is expected. What wasn't necessarily the controversy in their earnings was around, Game Pass, if it was making the money, and as it turns out, it was. But Phil Spencer again was talking about this exactly, saying like, yeah, they're gonna start moving over, getting Xbox on everything that they can, getting all these exclusive, and I believe Phil Spencer was also quoted in Gamertag Radio interview saying that, exclusives and keeping these games only on Xbox is not a strategy that works for them. So he's been very clear, very forward about this, that keeping these exclusives just on Xbox is not really been making them enough money to justify it. And in some cases, it's probably lost them a lot of money. I would assume there's probably more of that, just like Square Enix with Final Fantasy. Like literally Square Enix is moving away from, PlayStation exclusives because Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth did not perform financially near what they wanted. Meanwhile, all these other, games that are just multi-platform and everything else are doing just fine. And so I don't know. I mean, this one's pretty straightforward. Like I said, we got rumors of Starfield and Killer Instinct. Rhino goes on to talk about a ton of games. Gears of War, Halo. On his thing here, there's a whole bunch of stuff. This is a really good account if you want to keep up with it. Rumor Fabled claimed to launch on PS5. PS5 already in development, possibly launching day one, coming in 2025. We had the Halo Master Chief Collection rumor, the Gears of War series. Forza is confirmed, and then you have a lot of other games that Xbox has. Starfield, I would say Starfield is almost a guarantee. Starfield literally just not only by I don't like it's kind of twofold with Starfield. Starfield did not launch great. It didn't make them a lot of money, but I think it made them even less because it was exclusive to Xbox. Yeah, rumor right here. Gears of War collection is claimed to be announced as a multi-platform release, including PS5 very soon. There was also a rumor about PlayStation doing a state of play soon, so I'll keep an eye on that. The only reason I'm mentioning PlayStation is because we're talking about Xbox games going to PlayStation. That's the biggest like thing that's been going around. Um, so we have just a whole stuff like right here, PlayStation to announce a new science fiction game, but there's supposed to be a state of play where they're going to talk about a lot of this. So again, let me know what you guys think. Is there a certain, if you're a PlayStation fan, is there a certain game or franchise that you saw on Xbox that you're like, it'd be cool if I got to play that on PlayStation? Let me know in the comments. Comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications, and be sure to follow me on TikTok and Rumble. I'm doing all kind of content over there too. And for the latest and greatest, just stay tuned. Appreciate you. I'm going to get the hell out of here.
Helmet Fire.